Hey everyone, Tom Mo back again. It's been 3 weeks since I got my Google Pixel 7a. Today I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why I like it and 5 reasons why I do not like it. Number 1 is the price. It costs $500 for a high-end, very fast and efficient phone. We got Samsung and Apple out there charging $800 and over $1,000 for premium smartphones. And not everyone want to pay that much. And I think at a $500, it is a perfect upper-end mid-range price. You get a good design and build quality. Super simple and clean. The back is made out of plastic, but it does have aluminum frame, so it makes the phone feels very premium. And it got some good weight to it as well. Unlike the Galaxy A54, which is Samsung's mid-range, when you hold that phone, you can tell it is a mid-range phone. It is much cheaper, lighter, and just feels generally plasticier. I do enjoy the build quality of the Google Pixel 7a more than the Galaxy A54, both in the same price range. Number 3 is the display and screen size. Google Pixel 7a has a 6.1-inch display and a 90Hz refresh rate this year compared to the 6a. I think in general, smaller phones are just easier to use with one hand. I can take it in and out of my pocket without any problem. I never had to worry about cradling it or dropping it. I don't need to worry about using 2 hands with a deft grip so I don't drop it like the larger phones. So I think 6.1 inches at a high refresh rate is a nice balance for a phone in this price range. Performance-wise, you're getting Google's latest Tensor G2 chip, which is a very powerful chip for a mid-range phone. And this phone can pretty much handle everything you throw at it with ease. I've never experienced any lag or even slowdown on the Google Pixel 7a. When you compare it to the Galaxy A54, they are not using the best chip like Google is. Samsung is using the mid-range chip on the mid-range phones. And you can tell because every swipe that you do, it is half a second to a full second slower. And that does add up throughout the day. Number 5 is the camera. With Google, you know you're getting a reliable camera. This year, Google even upgraded their sensors. So in general, Pixel's phone have always had really good camera. I managed to take some great photos with it, but you'd like to take close pictures of objects and text. Just remember to keep your phone further away, at least a foot or more, and just use a 2x crop in or else it's gonna look blurry. And Google does warn you as you are taking a picture, if you're too close to an object, it does tell you to back up a little. And here are 5 things I do not like about the phone. The battery life. In general, I only get about 9 to 10 hours of battery life on a typical day, regardless of how I use my phone. There's always gonna be people out there who claim they have 8 to 10 hours of screen on time, 24 hours of battery life, but that's not going to be the case for everyone. And for me, I know for sure because when I wake up in the morning, every time I pull down my notification shade, Google tells me that my battery life is only going to last until 2 to 4 in the afternoon, depending on when I wake up. If I wake up at 6, it'll probably last me till 3. And that is what Google expects, and that is what I typically experience on a normal day with this phone. I do not like the 18-watt fast charging and the 7.5 wireless charging. In general, when I'm sitting in my car, if I use my wireless charger, it either holds its charge or it loses its battery a little bit, but doesn't really do much. 18 watt is a little bit on the slower side given that this phone would not last me a full day. It takes at least an hour and a half to fully charge up the phone, so I wish the charging speed was a little faster. Third thing I don't like about it is the fingerprint sensor, but this is the same problem you have across the whole Pixel series. It is a little bit slower, it takes some effort to make it work, but luckily it does have face unlock this year, so for the most part I just use that. Number 3 is the thicker bezels. Since I was coming from the Galaxy S23, I do notice it right away. I know the Galaxy S23 is $300 more, but with a higher price tag you do get a more premium design with the S23. But after using it for a few days, my eyes does adjust, but during the first day of getting it, the differences are pretty jarring. 5th reason I do not like about it is the phone does get warm when I use it a lot. For example, I'm web surfing, doing YouTube. I don't do a lot of gaming, but if I'm just on my phone for over half an hour, I do notice that the phone does get warm. Overall, the Google Pixel 7a is a great phone for the price. It has a nice design, a powerful processor, and an awesome camera. Downside is the below average battery life, but overall it has a nice and clean software experience and a decent package for what it is. If you're looking for a really good mid-range phone, I would highly recommend the Google Pixel 7a. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Let me know if you find this video to be helpful. Please remember to like and subscribe. Also, remember to check out my last video where I react to MKBHD's review of the Google Pixel 7a.